Well, hello everyone. Philosopher Stoner 666 here. That is, at least until I figure out how to change my name and come up with an actual better name for my channel. But I have my doubts due to depression, anxiety, etc. That's going to be happening anytime soon. So my name stays the same for now. Ah, God, I'm so tired. Anyway, this is a response video to a comment made on a couple of my videos by a user named Existential Weirdo. He asked me two questions. Am I a fatalist and am I a determinist? Now, I would go along the lines of Chioran, Emil Chioran, Emil Cioran, however you fucking say his name, the existentialist philosopher, where he said, I am a philosopher with the specialism of death. What's he gonna say next? Yeah, so he's a philosopher in the specialism of death. I'd say that's sort of what I'm doing too. That's the question that matters. I'd say for all this other stuff, we're talking about questions that don't really matter, that don't really change the circumstance we're in. Like, I've already answered some important questions like, is life meaningful? Is it meaningless? I've argued, okay, it's a value equation. The question of, is there free will or is there determinism? It's sort of like that debate, like, are there aliens or are there supernatural forces? Well, one way or the other, whether there are aliens or supernatural beings or there aren't, it doesn't really change anything for us and the situation in life that we have to deal with. The fact that we get old, get sick, and we die. Rinse, lava, repeat, generation after generation. That suffering exists and that it is meaningful and valuable. That's a whole separate conversation, but like I said, it doesn't really change what's going on here. It makes little difference whether it's free will or determinism. Now, that being said, I believe I'm somewhat of a compatibilist. That I see some aspects of free will in the sense that we freely choose our actions, but that's largely irrelevant in the stance of determinism, because everything has a prior determined cause to it. So, for example, like, we are products of the environment, conditioning, that sort of thing. Right? If I had been born with different parents, I'd be a completely different person. If I had been born and, say, I was an orphan, no mommy or daddy, and grown up in the ghetto, I could have been a criminal, I could have been a drug dealer. Lots of things could have gone differently. So definitely we are products of the environment. That doesn't change, although after a certain age, we are largely responsible for the choices that we make. So I'd say I'm somewhat in the middle. Although antinatalism, most of the antinatalists are hard determinists. And again, I would say, yeah, it's a valid position to hold. It's sort of like Ligotti and how he talks about us being sentient meat puppets, and that the strings are being pulled basically by the DNA molecule and all that. So yeah, determinism, I'd lean more towards determinism. But like I said, I'd say we're not talking about the right sort of questions, and it doesn't really solve the dilemma that we're in. I guess that's my main point. The other question, am I a fatalist? Well, my position does have some overlap. Same with nihilism. There is overlap in antinatalism with, nihilism and fatalism, in the sense that it acknowledges the depressing aspects of life, that life is futile and pointless, but life is not meaningless. Like I said, life is a value equation. I've explained that already ad nauseum in many of my videos. So again, I'm not a fatalist, because that's sort of saying like some mystical superpower has the string, the line of time predetermined, and that it's almost like the fates from Greek mythology, where they cut the thread, believing in sort of like supernatural whatever. No, I'm definitely not that, although I would say, like I said, there's overlap with the depressing aspects of fatalism, but that's not what I am. I am first and foremost an antinatalism, and like I said, I am a philosopher with the specialism of death. The problem of death, I mean. not just deaf in general. But like I said, those sort of questions, the kind of stuff that Chioran talks about, the kind of stuff that Ligotti talks about, are the important conversation. So whether it's we have free will or it's determined, like I said, the antinatalists tend to lean towards determinism. I'm somewhat of a compatibilist. But yeah, like I said, you need to start asking the right questions. I guess that would be my answer. Again, the question is a more valid question, whether, it's fatalism or determinism is a better conversation to be having as opposed to, what I ate for dinner last night, although that is relevant because, of course, veganism and stuff. It's more relevant than the cartoon show that I watched yesterday afternoon or whatever, but it's still not the right question. Like questions whether or not you should kill yourself, whether or not life has a meaning to it, whether or not you should have children. Those are the important questions that we should be striving to answer and have at least a discussion or a debate about. And these other things, like I said, if aliens exist or not, it doesn't really change anything for us. It doesn't change the existential dilemma that we're in. And so, like I said, for me, I keep going and saying the same thing. That's basically my answer. And if you don't like it, well, you can fuck off then. But thank you for watching my videos. I'm glad to know that at least somebody watches these stupid videos. I'm also contemplating going over to BitChute and DLive because YouTube is turning into a gay bar. Now, I'm not homophobic, okay? I'm not homophobic at all. Gay people, fags, can do, I don't care what you do or who you screw, as long as you're not bringing children into the world. Salute, great, good for you. But at the same time, I'm straight. I don't want to be in a gay bar. So YouTube is becoming like this kind of like gay bar. All the people under the trending now section, they're all kind of gay. And I mean that in the sense that they're talking about all sorts of stupid bullshit. They're flavor of the month kind of people, the lame, not talking about anything important. We can't have real conversations anymore because they took away the video response feature. So no meaningful conversations are happening on here anymore. Even like debates like atheism versus theism aren't happening. Everybody's sort of in their own little clique, doing their own weird little thing. Everybody's just doing fucking weird stuff. And like I said, it's a gay bar. It's like not my scene, not my people anymore. It's like, do what you want. Go ahead, have your little gay bar, but I'm going to a different bar. This is not for me. You keep your strap-on dildos and your fucking weird costumes and all your stuff to yourself. Do what you want. Do what you want. Not saying that, but I'm gonna go elsewhere. And I'm like I said, I'm gonna transition to these channels. I'm gonna open one up, and I'm gonna start posting more videos and more shit there. Maybe in my next video, I'll actually have a link. I'll put it in the description, and I'm going to slowly start transitioning to these other platforms that actually have, freedom of speech and stuff. And they're not, like I said, they're not like this fucking gay bar that it's turning into now. Anyways, I hope that answers your questions. Like I said, thanks again for watching my videos. I'm glad somebody watches and somebody gives a fuck. Yeah, that's enough of a video for now. Philosopher Stoner 666 out.